Right, hello. So in this video we're going to be doing some Autechre style drums. You know, the really clicky little or the ear pokey kind of shit. I don't know how else to describe it, but I heard the track Lick Flea. It's this one, however you pronounce that. This track, and I thought the drums were great, but I don't know how to use Max all that well. And I'm pretty sure I've read, it's probably a Reddit comment somewhere, I read that a lot of EP7 was done in Max. Oops, where am I? Sorry. A lot of EP7 was done in Max with a lot of generative processes. So we're just going to try and make it easy on ourselves to get the same kind of sound. And we're going to just be using Ableton's operator for the percussion. So yeah, let's just get into it. Right, we got a sine wave. Let's draw in some quarter notes. I think it doesn't matter what note you do because we are going to set this to fixed. Let's listen to this. Okay, so now that we've got that, I want to set this down to say around 40 hertz, but we're going to have quite the pitch envelope on it. So let's bring this up, bring the decay in. Cool, I'm happy with that. We are also going to bring in some white noise, but we're not going to hear it too much because this is just to add an extra little transient to it. So yeah, just add some white noise just to add a little click, so when it's in the mix you can hear the kick a bit better, at least where it's meant to be. If you start losing some of that low end, you can turn the filter off too. There you go, you've got a kick. And for once we're not going to do the drums in a drum rack. And the reason why is because I think it might be cool to have some clips be a bit polymetric. I don't know, we're going to have a look, but let's just stick to separate tracks for now. I feel like a lot of Autechre stuff, or at least the things I'm thinking of, they're not very snare people. Doesn't seem that way anyway. So we're just going to have little bleeps, if that makes sense. So again, doesn't matter where we're going on the pitch, but let's get it on 2 and 4. Now let's fix this again. And now let's really bring this in. No release. Pitch envelope again. Let's bring that peak up. Maybe bring in that white noise again. Do the same kind of thing. Okay, we can work with that. I think what we're going to do though is let's maybe add a bit of redux to this. Say 8 bits. Cool, yeah, I'm happy with that. Now let's just get a bit more of an idea of what our rhythm will be. So let's just go for that cheesy D&B kind of thing again, and then I'm going to have, turn off our scale as well, we don't need that. On another pitch, just so I know where we are. Draw in more notes, but then for all of these, we're going to pull the chance way down. So now you've got a much more generative beat, which seems quite commonplace in the whole Max MSP world. We're going to do the same for the snares too. So that's the thing. Now we have our beat, we can have it change a bit more every time it plays, but we also have every 2 and 4 on the snare, and every 1 and 1.33 on the kick. So we have a definite rhythm going on throughout, but with a bit of variation in between, which is always good, and it saves us a lot of time on writing more parts. So now let's get some kind of random hi-hat in. Maybe hi-hat, we'll see how it turns out. Let's get this pitch. LFO changing the pitch at a really high rate. That might be something. It might be something bad, but... Oh yeah, already that's not sounding great. Set it to mono. And set re-trigger to on. Let's fix this quite high. And turn this down. I have a feeling this might be quite loud. Okay. Getting somewhere with that. Maybe let's go on to a morph filter. Sorry, first let's bring in some noise again. Let's have this be very snappy too, and this one even more so. There's a weird tone behind all that, but I actually quite like it. And now if we go into our MIDI effects, let's get a velocity. Let's go to totally random, so set your high output to 64, set your mode to fixed, set random 64, and this means that now we can go into our oscillators and have time to velocity. So depending on the velocity, it depends on the decay, I think. Let's also set this one to oh, that's where the tone was. There we are. Cool, and let's change the velocity for all of these too. Not the velocity, sorry, the chance. And actually, let's just have a high pass filter on this. And maybe a high pass on this snare too. Okay, cool. Now that we've got our basic elements down, let's start using beat repeat. So first let's use it on our hats, or I mean they're close to hats. And let's go full over the top with this. So we've got full decay, full pitch decay, and get that really tiny. And have this potentially happen every 16th note. But let's play it for... Yeah, let's play it for 16th notes. But obviously pull down the chance way small. Let's maybe have this for a bit longer, so... Yeah, just pull that to taste. And now I'm going to set this one to 1 bar. And let's set the grid to 12th notes, whatever triplet that is. Let's pull down these decays so this will just act like a repeater. Let's do it for 6 16th notes. Cool. Let's also pull this to the snare. Let's also have a 16th thing going on. And pull up the variation as well. Alright, sounding pretty good. Now let's group all these together so we can now start working on the overall sound. I'm going to bring in a multi-band dynamics, pull the time all the way up to 1000%. Now let's start just pushing some frequencies. I think the highs can go up ever so slightly. Let's pull the mids down a bit too. Alright, cool, we're getting there. Now let's beat repeat our bus too. Let's turn these 3 off for now. We're going to leave this one as is. And then this one, let's do another form of triplets. Just so we change up the groove every now and then. I think that kick drum can actually be pulled in a little bit. And actually for these, let's do pan random. Cool. Now let's edit these beat repeats, say for these quarter notes. We might get a quick stab of 64ths. And then for this one, let's just pull some stuff about. Let's just drag stuff. Cool. Now, what I would normally put on something like this is Lucky 16 by Ned Rush. It is a pack of chance-based audio effects, and I think they're great, so I'm just going to show you a quick demonstration of that. So let's go on to roll, reverse, scratch, space, and repeat. Fuck it, Bit Crush 2. Now I'm just going to pull the chance down on these because it's going to be a bit full on, and I just want to show you how good they sound. Isn't that great? So if you don't have them already, go out and get them. They're phenomenal, really quick and easy to use, and yeah. So yeah, we've got some sort of old school, very glitchy IDM drums going on. Let's add one more. This one is going to be more of a percussion-y, just little tonal kind of thing. Right, oops. And this is what I meant earlier by changing the length of the clip. So if we have this at a quarter note plus 2/16, this is going to be quite different each time it goes around. So let's go to the beginning for one. How does that sound on its own? Okay. Just pull that down. There we go. And we're also going to have the random panning on this too. And now what's cool about adding those extra 2/16 here, listen to it along with the click. It's great. So it's going to be different each time, which in my opinion is very interesting. So along with the rest of the stuff, maybe that can stay out of the group actually. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. And it's sounding very, very old school IDM in my opinion. Just very glitchy, very short bursts of stuff. And just for context, let's get one of my pads in. operator. Nah. Let's bring this in. What's this? Okay. Let's pick a scale. Let's say D sharp Dorian again. I love it. And let's just... As you can see, I'm making separate clips because if we are sticking with this kind of generative style of working, this is a great way to come up with new chord progressions that you might not have put together. So as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little duophonic chords. And now if you press follow action, and let's go for other. Cool. So I think that's sounding quite 90s warp recordy, but I've got this bass here too. And I don't know if this will work, but let's get the MIDI from that track. Let's transpose it down. This is already set to mono, re-trigger. Wow, that's very high, maybe. And let's add a note length to it too. So that would be... So now you have this bass following these chords which are random, so you know it'd be very hard to draw in anything which would match every single chord. So yeah, I think that's sounding pretty good. I think we're there. The link for this set will be in the description. Let me know what you think of it. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something from it maybe. Feel free to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, that's it. Do that. And yeah, share this around. Thanks for watching.